backlash against Asian Americans over coronavirus fears. Many say it's happening more and more as the outbreak spreads and concern grows. Viruses often spark panic, but Asian Americans say the coronavirus has spread something else: xenophobia and anti-China sentiment, leading to suspicious looks and nasty comments, even reports of attacks in public. False health information, including warnings to avoid Asian food in Asian-populated areas, are also circulating. Videos of Asian people eating bats, accompanied by inaccurate speculation about the cause of the virus, have gone viral as well. There are blogs and online comments with disparaging discussion and derogatory jokes about Chinese people or Asians in general, wrongly associating them with disease, filth, and dirty food. To talk about this, I'm joined by Yacho Wan, a China researcher at the Human Rights Watch. And Yacho, it's disturbing to even talk about this, but are these reports and online postings as discriminatory and as alarming as we're hearing?
Yes, it is very alarming. I live in New York, so I have personally not experienced it, but my friends have been telling me stories about the discriminations they have experienced living here.
Specific incidents that the Human Rights Watch is looking into, as far as you know?
Yes, absolutely. I'm monitoring the situation, so I'm collecting stories, and also I saw a lot of stories online, and news reports have reported on Chinese restaurants in New York, like they're basically empty because of the fear and anxiety over the virus.
And so how does the Asian community fight this? I mean, is it possible to even fight it and take a stand against this kind of stigma?
I mean, a lot of people are raising the issue online, so I see a lot of social media posts. And also, I saw news reports on people who are, holding a sign saying, I'm not a virus, on the street, doing some performance, or, that as a way to fight that kind of discrimination.
And so health officials, kind of put this out at the very beginning, centering this outbreak in Wuhan, China, and then the media latched on, reporting a lot of it. Do you think health officials and the media are to blame as this outbreak continues, and maybe they haven't said enough about how this outbreak could have started anywhere?
I mean, yeah, I think the government could have made a better effort to make it clear, it has nothing to do with Chinese per se. I mean, I saw the news that the New York Mayor de Blasio visited Queens yesterday to ease anxiety. I mean, that the positive things that government can do.
So what would you say to people who are looking at Asian Americans in this country or in other countries and maybe believing that they somehow have coronavirus and may be in danger of spreading it to others? What would you say to them?
I mean, it's obviously false, and read the news and believe in science. This has nothing to do with being Chinese. It could have happened anywhere. Just, believe in science.
Yeah, and when you talk about restaurants in New York City that are basically empty, those restaurants are fine, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I live in New York. I have not visited China for, at least a year. So it has absolutely, I'm not part of it. I'm just Chinese being in New York.
Right, and the mayor of New York City ate in a Chinese restaurant just yesterday to make the point. Do we need to do more of that, see more of that, people actually going to Chinese restaurants, mixing in Chinatown and in other areas to try to turn the attention away from this?
Yeah, I think that's, definitely, I encourage people to do that. I'm myself doing that. I'm going to Wuhan restaurant, eating the Wuhan noodle just to try to make a point, and my friends are doing the same.
Good. All right. Well, Yacho Wan, China researcher at the Human Rights Watch, thank you for explaining this and shining a light on the discrimination that unfortunately is out there. Thanks.
Thank you.